Hi, Chef Joe with Healthy Kids Inc. and today we're going to be making a beef and bean burrito with sweet potato wedges. So the first thing I want to do is take my sweet potatoes, we've got them nice and wedged up. We're going to season them with a little oil, make sure all of the salt and pepper sticks to them. We're just going in with salt and pepper. You could do paprika, cumin, you could do a bunch of different stuff. Just depends on what kind of theme you want with your sweet potatoes. A couple pinches of salt, a few cracks of black pepper. We've even preheated our baking sheet. We did that so that the potatoes will get nice and crispy. Our oven is preheated to 425 degrees. I'll give this a quick toss. Make sure everybody gets coated with the oil. If you have to, you can put a little bit more in. Everybody should kind of shimmer. We've left the skin on a few of these and we've taken the skin off of a few. It just depends on what your kids like. If you can't get them to eat the skin, we'd like for you to because there's a lot of nutrients in there, but to each their own. So we've got a little bit of both. So we're going to go into the pan. Make sure you spread everybody out evenly. Spread them out. Now, sweet potatoes are relatively hard vegetables, so you could soak these a little bit beforehand if you wanted to, but you risk leaching out some of the nutrients, so you can put them in just like this, and you may just have to cook them a little bit longer. That's also why we're cooking at a high temperature. But we're going to do this until they're crispy and golden brown, so follow the recipe as far as time guidelines, but kind of use your own judgment as to when they look done to you. It just depends on how brown you want them. Alright, that looks good. I'm going to slide these into the oven. Make sure my pan is not too hot. Okay, so now we're going to be working on our burritos. So the first thing you want to do, get your pan preheated. I've got it over medium heat. I'm going to kick it up to medium high now that I'm ready to start working. I'm going to put just a drizzle of oil into the bottom of the pan. You don't need too much because beef is naturally fatty. Even when you get the lean beef, you still have a little bit of fat that comes off, so don't use too much cooking fat. Alright, I'm going to season this with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Don't have to season it too aggressively because we have a seasoning and spice mix that we're going to put in just a few minutes. First, break this apart with your spoon. Alright, once you get that started, and while it browns on one side, we're going to make a little bit of room. We're going to go in with our onions. They'll begin to cook down. Hit those with just a little bit of salt. Now let those begin to soften just a little bit while the meat browns. Okay, so you want to give it a nice little stir once your onions start to kind of sweat and break down a little bit. Kind of flipping the meat to make sure that it is getting browned on all sides. Now we're ready to start going in with some of our other ingredients. So again, we're going to make another well. Now what we've done here, we've got a nice simple tomato sauce. We also have a bean puree. So what we've done is taken our beans from the recipe, put them in the food processor with a little salt, a little pepper, and about a tablespoon tops of olive oil, or you could use canola oil, just to help the emulsion process. We blended them up until smooth, and that's a way to kind of disguise the the look and the texture of beans, which some kids don't like. So we can put this into our mixture. They'll never even know it's there. They're getting loads of protein. Plus, this is kind of like a riff on refried beans. You're actually not frying them at all, except when you throw them in the pan, but they're not an actual refried bean, but you could kind of say that. So if you wanted to do that style of bean burrito with a little bit of cheese, makes a great afternoon snack. So there's a lot of uses for this kind of bean puree, which you could also even kind of season a little bit with lime, cilantro, paprika, anything you wanted to. So keep that in mind. Give this a shake. I'm going to turn my heat back down just below medium. Now we're going to go on with the rest of the ingredients. We're going to put our bean puree in. Using a silicone spatula to make sure we get all the goodies out of there. Okay, on another burner, I'm going to start to heat up some tortillas, just on the low. I'm going to go in with our tomato sauce. And our prepared spice mixture. You can see the recipe for the exact measurements of each of the spices. Alright, now we're going to begin to bring all this in together. Alright, we're going to turn this down on low, let it simmer for just a couple more minutes, and then it's basically done. Alright, so we're going to give our sweet potatoes just a little toss. Kind of flip them around a little bit. Alright, that looks good. A few more minutes on those. Alright, so we will plate this up and show you the finished product in just a couple of minutes.